Ooh, good morning. Good morning, our people. That was fast. Um, Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Today is Saturday, the 25th of September, 2020. Um, we thank everyone who is about to start watching because according to this, there's still zero. I'm assuming that it's still sending signals. So thank you guys for joining us today. Don't forget to share. We are not very good with reminding our audience of sharing and subscribing and what is the other word? Liking,
Like
right?
and
Like, you
mhm.
subscribe and you share. So please help us do that. You know, the enemies are against this. They actually assigned us a technician. So every time we online, they are busy reducing the numbers, making it look like nobody's watching. But after the show, we'll get more feedback than the number that we saw we saw
Mhm.
on the screen, which does not
Mhm.
make sense. So how are you watching only seven and then we'll be getting almost 100 phone calls at the end of the day? So
Yeah.
that's it does not correlate. But anyway, we are not relenting because the
Mhm.
freedom of our people is important to us, and we are here to do the job. We are here as mothers of the land, as sisters of the land, as daughters of the land. We are here to ensure that our children enjoy the heritage that we're supposed to leave for them. Anyway, my name is Mona Saga, and I'm here in Houston, Texas. I will have my sister introduce herself.
Good morning from here. Thank you and welcome to today's episode. We appreciate you for always coming and for sharing, liking, subscribing, sending the message out. All that you're doing for the freedom of our people, we appreciate it. So my name is Dr. Ekwi Simon Okube, and in Lexington, Kentucky. Food for thought as we proceed. Proverbs 14 11 says, and I quote, "For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but with many counselors come deliverance." In another version, we simply say, "In the multitude of counsel, there is safety." You see, when a problem or a challenge does not make sense to you, it is time to dig deeper. Someone, some people, somewhere may be manipulating things to their own favor. If you do not have enough information to resolve that problem, please seek help from professionals in that area. And when you do, seek 2 or 3 opinions so that you can compare what you're hearing. Do not just accept that problem or that challenge as the will of God for your life. No God wills everlasting suffering for his children. I say, no God wills everlasting suffering for his children and followers. This is a wrong teaching that has made many people turn against God, and it ought not to be so. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sister. And we are here to let them know that. So if anyone has lied to you and told you that your destiny is to fast and pray and ask God for water and ask God for oxygen and ask God for a degree and ask God for a job, and no, that's not the God that we serve. We have a bigger God, which we even sing as a song. I have a very big God, yet all the big bad things are happening to us. It does not correlate. So our topic today, as usual, we send the promo out. Nina's insisting on our right to self-determination. Nina's insisting on our right to self-determination. We saw what our brothers and sisters are doing at the UN headquarters, and we cannot thank them. So if you think about it, for the first time, we, the so-called union of death, from the so-called union of death, we are out there doing what we needed to do for the longest, right? For the longest time, we are out here asking for our self-determination. So we are not playing, even when the government goes above and beyond to pay people, to pay people from bronze to represent them. Again, they were exposed. So for every move that they make, for every action that they take, for every deliberation, it will turn against them and it will be for our own good. So let them continue to embarrass themselves everywhere they go. Each time they pay someone, they will be exposed. So everybody already know that Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. And to that, they're actually referring to the government, the people that so-called rule the country. Anyway, let's move on with our topic. Approximately 1.5 million ethnic Armenian Christians were killed from spring of 1915 through the autumn of 1916 during the Ottoman Empire. So I don't know, you guys can actually look this on internet. So it's not a story. And we're using this information today to correlate what's going on, because some people think that this has never happened before. This is the same mode of operation that they're using to do things. And then when they kill you long enough, then somebody might say, oh yeah, that's enough now. Let's do this and let's do that. And that's why some freedom fighters, instead of coming up with strategy that will stop the killing, they actually use the same approach. They are looking to ensure that more people are killed. If they kill more people, then maybe eventually we get freedom. And these things, if we recall, in 1 century, there's over 7 different genocides. Why? Why is that? And not only that, there's also other forms of biological genocide still going on here and there. And we all know that a lot of us, especially the good men and women, are sitting around not doing anything about it. We are praying, especially here in America, pushing for pro-life to do what? So that you can kill them. Some people with their party believe in pro-life, which is good to believe in pro-life. But if we give birth to life, then we should protect that life at all costs. But what do? We turn around and kill. Once we go through that whole 9 months of going through labor and delivery, we watch our children, our men, our daughters, our women, the whole society being destroyed. So one thing is common in all genocides. You have few madmen and women killing majority of uninformed masses of people, which our people are just, they typify this information that we're giving now. Very uninformed. If you decide to give them freedom through radio broadcasting, they will clap for you because they don't know that it does not work. If you decide to give it to them through Elohim and Eloha, they will join you. And God forbid, if you decide to give it to them through Facebook and online, they will collect. That's how desperate our people, how uninformed we are. We can see that in our Biafran war, where most survivors and victims don't even understand what happened to them up to today. And no one addressed that genocide properly. And as we are watching, it has spread over the whole entire Nigeria. Every time we look around, there's a genocide going on here and there. Different ethnic nationalities are being massacred. As they're being killed off, they are being replaced by foreign entities, which is exactly what happened in Turkey and some other places. We've heard this story over and over again. We are watching it in our lifetime, and some people are actually feeling helpless. They are so desperate that they think that fake freedom fighting will bring them freedom. But however, the good news is that there is now a luminary window called NINAS, through which rays of light are casting on the only escape route for all of us to leave that contraption. NINA strategy is a very potent local initiative, but however, it needs to be understood by all parties who want this madness called genocide to stop immediately. So join us today as we look through the burning issues. We are going to look at the United Nations criteria to qualify as indigenous people. We are going to look at the higher functional strategy against the ongoing systemic annihilation. We are going to look at the economic strangulation, forced migration, among other things. So to start today, we are going to play a video, which is an address to the UN, NINA's address to the UN Council at the 76th section of the General Assembly. This is amazing to me. UN has been in operation for 76 years. And I don't know if anybody can actually come out and boast, apart from the Westerners are not fighting each other, what Africans um, have benefited from this UN existence. Like, I really want to know if anyone knows how to kind of like, write these things down for me. Apart from the right of indigenous people, even with that, they're still going here and there and there and here to have it fully implemented. I feel like this UN is only for the strong, the G20. Is that what it's called, Sister April? The G20, where only the people with light skin are represented. No way for African Union. And not that I'm interested in African Union representing me, because everyone there is being paid by the same G20 to control us as a population. So, but all we are looking at pointing to today is the unfairness of so many things that are going on, because good men and women that are capable of coming together and putting a stop to this is either busy benefiting from the wicked system, is either busy they don't give a damn about our people, is either busy once they get their own, they are done. They will join the oppressors to keep us down. So it's ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. And I have this conviction that if we, the ones that know, because I've met a lot of these people one-on-one, even the so-called people that are ruling this country now, if you see the mess that they're doing, cussing every day, you will know that they are just another human being that needs some good guidance. So why are we here waiting on our politicians to do the right thing, our all these other people that we've entrusted our lives to do the right thing, when we can say this must be done? All right. Is that
Sister Muna,
yes?
the UN lived through some of these genocides we are talking about. At least the
Mhm.
Rwanda genocide, the Biafran genocide. They were there, because if they lived 76 years, this is 76 session. So that means they were there when my people were being killed and massacred, and still now they're still being killed, and they're speaking English and loving Buhari and having wonderful time with him. So these are not the people you sit down and wait for. Why we go and do rally there and or it's just to follow due process, because you have due process. There are steps to follow in doing certain things. So that's why we're doing. Don't think that we're sitting down thinking that they will now think for us and act for us. No, don't worry. They're not. And that's why we come here every Saturday for you to know what you should know. When you're ready, please, Sister Mona, go ahead.
Right.
This is our brother Tony. Listen to every statement that's coming from him, so that you understand what is going on and where we're going, and you're part in it.
I bring you greetings from the headquarters of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS. The peoples of South and Middle Belt of Nigeria, as you see in that map, the whites, that is the majority, as against the belt in yellow that has adopted Sharia, which is mutually exclusive with the democracy we seek, totally reconcilable with the secular union we thought we were building. Our union is in distress. I read this address on behalf of the leadership of NINAS as mandated. Here's the address. Nigeria is about to snap. The UN must act now to avert catastrophe. Being a letter addressed to the United Nations Security Council, Trusteeship Council, and the General Assembly, September 14, 2021, by the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, at the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Protocols. Number one, we, the indigenous peoples of Nigeria, gather here today at the headquarters of the United Nations in New York to alert the UN and the rest of the global community that the Union of Nigeria has failed irredeemably and is now at the verge of a violent disintegration with catastrophic consequences for global peace and security, as our population of over 200 million will become an instant refugee nightmare. Two, amidst the extraordinary difficulties inflicted by the imposition and enforcement of Sharia by a section of Nigeria, that section in yellow, as we saw in the map, is in a supposed secular union. The immediate reason for this looming catastrophe is the cocktail of mass killings, kidnapping, and general banditry being orchestrated against the indigenous peoples of Nigeria by an invading Fulani militia masquerading as herdsmen in an undisguised ethnic cleansing campaign that progressively demonstrates the complicity of the federal government of Nigeria, headed by Major General Muhammad Buhari, a Fulani man who, as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, is also the life grand patron of the most notorious Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, that proudly takes responsibility for the murderous exploits of the Fulani herdsmen militia, designated the fourth most deadly terror group on earth. I repeat that Miyetti Allah, being the Association of Cattle Breeders in Nigeria, mostly Fulani, almost exclusively Fulani, have been taking responsibility proudly too for the murderous exploits of the Fulani herdsmen, so-called, across the length and breadth of Nigeria, particularly in the alliance territory of the South and the Middle Belt. Number three, compounding their impunity, the same Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association at a recent press conference, I'm talking about less than 2 weeks ago, organized to mock the planned NINAS Million Man March to the UN, boasted to be in control of the United Nations through their daughter, Amina Mohammed, the Deputy Secretary General at the UN. An indication that Amina Mohammed, nominated to that exalted UN office by the Fulani President of Nigeria, Major General Muhammad Buhari, is in some way a part of the grand protection design for the Fulani herdsmen in their bloody onslaught against the indigenous peoples of Nigeria. These people are telling us that no matter what we do, that one of them is in control of the UN. It can be researched. That's the level of impunity we see. Our commander-in-chief, who is supposed to be leading the charge against this terror network, is their grand patron. And in public domain is the fact that he once took 100 billion from the treasury, 100 billion naira from the treasury of Nigeria to hand over to that Miyetti Allah that sponsored the activities of the Fulani herdsmen, killing all over the place. And so we go to number 4. It will be recalled that following widespread extrajudicial killings in Nigeria, the UN, in August of 2019, dispatched a special rapporteur mission to Nigeria led by Agnes Callamand. The damning verdict of that rapporteur mission was that the widespread extrajudicial killings were flowing from the unitary constitutional arrangements of Nigeria, which operates as a pressure cooker for injustice, and that Nigeria, under that constitution, is a danger to the global peace and security. The report warned that unless something is done urgently, Nigeria will snap, plunging its 200 million population into turmoil that will trigger a large-scale refugee crisis of unprecedented magnitude at a time global terror networks, ISIS, ISWAP, and Al-Qaeda are already converging in Nigeria. Number 5, it will be recalled that in furtherance of the reputation.
All right, so I'm going to stop this video at this juncture. If you want to watch it in its entirety, it's on LNC, our YouTube channel, and I will be posting it on our Daughters of Truth Facebook page. Sister, go ahead. Are you on mute?
I'm on mute, my sister, but I'm here. I can read some of our brothers and sisters. First of all, we thank you for being here and say, oh, we need to unite. Oh, this one unite, this one unite. We want you to understand there is something called strategy for self-determination. There is a correct strategy. It's not just anything. It's not just like, oh, stay on the social media and be shouting, please come and help me, come and help me. No, that's not part of it. So first thing to do, like we said at the beginning of this thing, if you have a problem, you have a challenge, first of all, dig into the problem, find out how it can be solved officially. What's the international standard? What's the standard of solving that problem? I'll give you an example. A woman that is having problem to conceive, usually is a medical issue. There is a standard. You go to the hospital, they will make diagnosis, and then they will move from there. But if you refuse to follow the standard, every day you stand in front of your husband, you're crying. Hey, whoa, I can't get pregnant. I can't get pregnant. I can't get pregnant. Oh, my villagers, come and help me. Oh, my neighbors, come and help me. I can't get pregnant. I can't get pregnant. I'm telling you, probably you will die a barren woman. This is just an example. So for every problem that has afflicted humanity, there is what you call standard solution. And we have told you on this platform that first thing you do is to understand your problem. Dig into that problem. Understand what the problem is. In that means, make a diagnosis of your problem. What is it? What is going on? When you understand it, that's when you understand the preferred solution. That's when you now hear somebody giving you a solution, you know whether the solution makes sense or it does not make sense. Now, we say alliance is the key to escape the slave camp that we have found ourselves. Alliance. Alliance. But those that want to be part of this alliance, which is NINAS, the alliance has been formed. NINAS. Those that want to be part of this alliance must be careful to follow the code of conduct in order not to endanger the rest of the alliance partners. There are things you will do and you will put the alliance into trouble. There are things you will do. You will make a mess of the 21 years of this alliance. And that is why once we see you, you want to do that type of thing, we move away from you. We cannot unite with you because this project is so close to our hearts. Our people are dying. Our people are living the life that they should not live. Our people are living below standard. The way my people live, even dogs in America do not live like that. Dogs in America are better taken care of than my people. So it is not okay for me to accept it. And that's why we come here every Saturday. And part of what we did was to find out who is telling my people the truth about freedom, self-determination. We saw many groups. We investigated. We looked. Who is speaking the truth? Are they just making money from my people? Making fame? We saw all the false narratives. Like we said, we dug deep. We went to look, we studied, and we even tried to enter some places. We were part of some groups. And we found out that they were not there for the interest of our people. And we moved on. NINAS is the way. It's not just because I'm saying it. It's because that's the international standard. There is a rule. There is a protocol. There's what you call due process. And are following the due process. And we're asking you this morning to try to understand what it is that NINAS is doing. Because that's the only time you will be part of it. So anybody calling for unity, the Bible says two cannot go except they agree. If you are going this way, killing my people, and me, I'm going this way looking for solution so that my people will stop dying. How do I unite with you? It doesn't make sense. We don't believe in the same thing. You believe that my people have to die. They have to die in millions. As if 3.5 million that died between 1967 and 70 is not enough. To us, that does not make sense. And you will never find us near that type of thing. Because we don't believe that our people need to be killed again for this self-determination to come. We have died enough. That's what we're saying. We have died enough. We have cried enough. We have buried our children enough. We have buried our husbands, brothers, sisters. We have buried them enough. That bloodshed is enough. It's time to begin to be sensible. Please go ahead if you're ready with the video system.
Right.
The way we have left Nigeria before. whether we are president or vice president or whatever, we will lead Nigeria. Not because we are better than anybody else, but because if you are doing a democratic game, the vote say vote who you want. We have the majority of the vote. Why do we need to accept a second-class position when we can fight for and get a first-class position? Why? Why does anybody need to threaten us and cajole us and intimidate us? If you don't win the presidency here, you will see. Okay, let's see. We are willing to see. But when we get that power, in the name of God, be humble, because power comes from God. If they tell you the Lord must take place second field, say no. But in one game, please, sir, what are the rules of this game? If the rules of the game say you should vote for the candidate of their choice, vote for the candidate of their choice. If they don't like the fact that it may be a northerner who will emerge as president, too bad. If we want to support a southerner, we will support a southerner because that would be in our own interest rather than in somebody's interest. And we can decide for ourselves. We don't need anybody to tell us what to do.
Imagine the audacity of the Fulani son, the audacity of the Fulani elite and misrulers.
With our own resources, so with our own resources, they are training these animals.
It's unbelievable. This election they're talking about is the one that when they finish, they will make sure that all the machines they are using to vote does not work in South. That the first 10 hours of the election, the South people are still looking for totem print that this thing is not working. Even good luck, his finger, the machine rejected his finger to vote. As this is going on, they are bringing in their brothers from Niger, from Mali, from everywhere, with the porous border in the north, bringing all the children and the dogs and the cows and everything to come and vote. This is the election that this son of Fulani is talking about with so much audacity. And some people will say in the South, if they are rigging now, ring it too, so you rig over them. In 21st century.
What resources, punks?
Even if we had the resources, is that the right thing to do? So rigging the election now is the standard practice. Is that what you want to teach your children? You rig election, you rig examination, you rig admission, you rig hospital, you rig road. No wonder the people that you have in offices cannot build simple roads for you, cannot build simple hospitals, cannot put ordinary water. Things that here in America, dogs have where to live. My people have nowhere to live. And they have rulers. They have leaders. Because there is mediocrity in every system. So that's what you get. If you don't know that for you to get the right thing, that you have to have standard practice in every aspect of your life, you will keep getting mediocrity. Because you have mediocres leading you. And you will never get anything better. I will tell you, so far you continue to submit yourself to that 1999 constitution made by the Fulanis. They rigged the game before you arrived. My people, it's like you're going to play soccer. Some people call it football. Somebody already rigged it before you even got the first shot. Do you want to continue to play that type of game?
I know. Yeah, I know. Speaking about playing games, and this is what we want our brothers and sisters all over the world to know, because some people are still confused when they think, oh, Nigerians, we are not the same. As we're telling you right now, the man that just spoke is from Fulani. And Fulani is they tend to be Muslim. And they've been ruling us like they've been eating us, not even ruling, because if you're ruling, that means you're walking around. They have been using their knees to sit on our neck for the past 100 years that we're supposed to be a nation. So we don't want people to be confused about this and thinking, oh, we are all Nigerians. The one that you see calling himself Buhari in that UN, that's their brother. The one that you see our brother Tony mentioning, calling Amina, that's them. And you can tell them by their Islamic names. These are the people that from the day that we formed that nation called Nigeria, they have been, like they said, ruling us. And they say, who cares? They have the votes. These people are foreigners, so that came into our land. They are not even indigenous to the land. That came into our land, worked with the Britain to steal our mandate, held it down since then, even had the audacity to go on air and said they will never allow us to control our destiny. And boy, did they tell the truth. We have never been allowed to do anything. So when you see Africans identify themselves as Nigerians and this, it's either they're Yoruba or they're Igbo. You will never see Amin. I mean, you may see them in Harvard. I'll take that back. They were using our money to train their children while they will leave the rest of the Fulani children in the forest. And they make it sound like it's okay, that it's their culture for the Fulanis to be in the forest. When their children are in Harvard, they will pay for 10 years in case if they fail classes, they will have plenty of years to repeat it. They will pay for millions of years for their children to finish school, and they come out and they're still terrorists. As we're speaking to you right now, their so-called minister of, what is that Pantamiga? What the hell, what minister is he? That guy is claiming to have studied in one of these Ivy League. And these are the partners in what we are saying that is happening to us. They will make it sound like we have rulers. They know that this money was stolen. Harvard will collect it. Yale will collect it. Cornell will collect it. They will train their children and bring them back in Nigeria to rule us. These issues are so bad that even their license plate, this is how much audacity that they have. Their license plate in Nigeria says they are born to rule. Who are they ruling? The Igbos and the Yorubas. That's who they are ruling. And as well as the middle belters, that they feel, these poor people, they've been trying to work with them all their lives and nothing is happening. So we want to show you guys the wickedness of these people, of this so-called Fulani elite, because we don't want to call them out silly. They are Fulani elites. While their children are at Harvard, at all Columbia study, they have these children, Alamajiris, bending down. They don't even have a cup for the poor children to drink milk. They had to bend down to go under a cow to be sucking milk in 2021. And their children are having $10 billion weddings where the gifts that are given to the guests, iPad and phone and God what's not, that they're not giving to them. So I'm going to pull up that video. Sister P, you will continue. I'll pull up that video if you have anything else to add. It's sad. It's sad. So we are not just Nigeria. Because we have audience watching us from other places. Please, let's not get that misconstrued. That's why when you hear the word the Great Igbo Nation, when you hear the word the Great Oduduwa Nation, when you hear the word Great Ido Nation, the Nigerian nation belongs to the Fulanis, and nothing more, nothing less. So we are not Nigerians.
Yes, please. And this thing we're saying, it didn't start, we're not manufacturing those things. This is who we have always been. In Nigeria, you have over 200 million people, but they have over 450 ethnic nationalities, kingdoms that were autonomous by themselves, had their own system of governance, had their own politics, had everything going for them, had their economy. Now, for purpose of administration, because that's what the colonial master said, he said they wanted to make it easy for them to have like rulers. So they joined all of us together, put us in this union of death called Nigeria. They did not stop there. They handed us over a small minority, a wicked minority, an external minority, a non-indigenous minority called the Fulanis. Why did they do that? Because, you know, when you don't own the land, you can easily sacrifice anything about the land. So it's not their land. So even if you're dying, even if Nigerians are being killed, they do not care. So for the longest time, for 100 years, resources from that land will go out in foreign lands, and then the rest will go to the Fulanis, the Fulani elites. Because we're about to show you that why the Fulani elites were making themselves rich. They were there showing wickedness and insensitivity to the Fulani poor people, their own people, their own children, their youths, in the name of culture. They will send these children to trek kilometers upon kilometers, miles upon miles, carrying cows, drinking the urine of cow as water, using the urine of cow to bathe themselves. This is how wicked this tribe, the elites of this tribe, this is how wicked they are. Their own people. They left their own people in forests. Why their own children are going to Harvard? with Nigerian money. El-Rufai, Buhari, all of them, their children attend exotic schools abroad. But the children of ordinary Fulanis are inside forest, battling with bees, battling with wild animals, carrying their own cows. The cows do not even belong to the Fulani masses. The cows belong to the Fulani elites. If it's the culture of Fulanis to herd cows, when are your own children going to join the herding? Buhari, El-Rufai. These are the questions we want our people to ask these people, especially our politicians. You are there hobnobbing with this wicked set of people. They keep their own children. Look at the wedding that Buhari's son did. That's the money that was spent in that wedding is enough to build a whole state, like build 5 hospitals. But no, that's what they will do with their own children. But the children of ordinary Fulanis are kept in bushes and forests, drinking cow urine. They don't even, the money that is coming in.
You can't tell the difference between them and the cow or the cows.
No, they don't bait. Why would they become terrorists? So when they now want to vote and win election, they go and bring them in. Poor people, they are not educated. They don't know any better. All they know, because when you stay in that type of forest, you will be wicked yourself. You will be wicked because life is not even treating you well. So it's easy to manipulate them and use them. And when they come, they kill mercilessly. They don't even look back when they're killing. What are they killing? They are killing for the elites. Not even for themselves. For the elites. And we are asking the rest of Nigerians, are you going to continue? The rest of the world, are you going to continue to watch these things happen? Listen to this man, so you understand the level of wickedness we're talking about, that the Fulani elites have shown to their own children, their own people. These are the people that want to lead Nigeria.
Who is the President General of the Global Peace Movement International, UK? Dr. Bakuyi, we want to find out from you this morning issues regarding the Fulani herders. What is your perspective with respect to the open grazing with international best practices as of today?
Well, don't forget that myself, I'm a Fulani man.
Excuse me?
I am a Fulani man. Letter from A to Z, I am a Fulani man, basically. As a human rights activist, whenever I want to talk about human beings in anywhere in the world, I put myself first in that position. If I want to speak about the Igbo man, I'm an Igbo immediately. That makes me who I am. I am a Fulani man. So I will speak about Fulani with their rights. So what are you saying?
I said, what do you have to say about the Fulani herders? Open grazing with respect to best global practices as
open grazing. Nobody is grazing openly anywhere in the world today. I mean, that's outdated and something that should not be discussed. I mean, if anybody is advocating open grazing, that is carrying cow from one place to the other, checking, particularly when you are even abusing the rights of the children and are following the cattle up and down. How will a child of 16 years, 12 years be escorting cattle from
forest to forest?
That is rubbish. It should not be practiced. It's outdated. No government should suggest that. If you have cow, rent them and let people come and buy from you. We buy cars from Europe. We go to Europe to buy cars. So what's somebody in Nigeria who needs cow to go and buy cow from wherever he wants? We should stop that abuses. Do that think that Fulanis don't have rights? They have their human rights to be respected with dignity. Children should not be allowed to be escorting cow. Neither adults should be doing that.
Okay. So what are you saying? Is it not the culture of the Fulani people to herd? Forget
about this outdated and stupid culture you are trying to refer me to. The children of the Fulanis that are in America and are in UK, and they're not Fulanis. Why are they not practicing it? Why is it that trotting when we put on the bush to be trekking? Do you have conscience? Do you fear God? The cows that they are escorting, is it their own? Are you not aware that the big men here in Abuja or in Kano or in Sokoto or in Lagos are the owners? So why would you deprive other people's children and allow them to be suffering because they're the culture? Which culture? Which culture say you cannot change?
So what do you say to the federal government?
The federal government should teach on that outdated principle and don't make us laughing stock in the Committee of Nations.
You will continue to be a laughing stock as long as you're in a country called Nigeria. There's no two ways about it. You know, Nigeria, the definition for Nigeria is a laughing stock. That's what it is, for lack of better. So you can see the man there telling you that he's a Fulani man, and they are doing. Actually, we are advocating for everyone in Africa to have a better life. So it's not even just for us. We want every child in Africa to have a better life, including the Fulanis. If Aisha's children are not in the forest drinking from the bottom of a cow, nobody's children should be in the forest drinking and shouting, waiting for urine. I mean, these people even, they show their people as if they are not human. The first time I saw this and I was horrified. I didn't even know it was humanly possible. But they have made sure that it is. When their children are busy having the best time of their lives, flying to Germany when they hurt themselves, they're telling us it's their culture for other children to remain in the forest. And our call today is for our people, Fulanis or no Fulanis. You don't need to be subjected to that. You don't need to live like a cow. Besides, we are not even your problem. Your elites are your problem. Your elites, Buhari and co, and El-Rufai and co are the ones holding you hostage. They want you to remain uninformed, so they will use you for an election. They will use you for a car railing. They will use you for Boko Haram killing weapons. I don't know what to mention.
Yes, terrorists. Right? Yes.
If they want, they can kill 20,000 of you today to horrify other people.
Yes.
Anywhere they want, they use you any kind of way. So it's not even just using you to do other things. They easily kill you off just to scare other people off.
Yes.
And
if they press them too hard that you're not doing anything about terrorism, they will turn around and kill their own people. They say, see, we're killing them. Does it even make sense? If you get to the north, the level of poverty, all the children there are going with plates. Last week we showed it. With plates, begging, turn their own people to beggars. These are the people that say they want to continue to rule Nigeria. You're leading Nigeria. What of your northern place? What is the GDP there? What is the average life of the people there? Poverty is like something that's like ceremony in the north. They turn the children to use them to commit heinous crimes. Now, the latest one is kidnapping. Kidnapping has become government-sponsored business. Somebody was saying, I'll show you, where somebody was saying that there's this NYSC where the youths go to serve Nigeria. They have now put it in their handbook that if you're traveling to your place of service, you should get ready to be kidnapped. You should prepare yourself to be kidnapped, so that if the kidnapper comes, you should willingly surrender yourself to the kidnapper. They say, do not struggle. This is official government statement to youth corpers traveling. Do not struggle with the kidnappers. Just say easy, 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 easy. Just follow the kidnapper. And they say, when it happens, do not call the police. Do not call media. Call your families and friends. In fact, before you start the journey, tell your family and friends to keep money handy because you might meet the kidnapper. And when the kidnapper comes, you can now call them, say that money I told you to keep. And the money we're talking about is not 1 naira. It's like 10 million naira. That money, bring it because I've been kidnapped. And he said, negotiate with the kidnapper quietly. Be friendly with the kidnapper. And then the money will transfer and then you move because it's business. It's Fulani business. This is what they're using to sponsor terrorism. This is what they are using to do their economic strangulation, to make sure that they dispossess us of every kobo that we have. It's not enough that they've blocked us. In Southeast, we don't have ports. They closed down our ports, our seaports, closed down our international airports, closed down hospitals, built no roads for us. Every day, our people are dying. You can't do there's no business in the Southeast that belongs to the government. Whatever development you see in the Southeast and that area, it is from self-effort. That is not enough. Now they bring in their brothers to come and kill and massacre us. When we shout too much, they now switch it over to kidnapping. It's now a state job. They are sponsoring it, and they're telling
Intentional and
us.
strategic,
Yes, very strategic. We tell people that these people use multi-dimensional strategies to get us down, to do what they need to do. So they encourage their children to be killers, to massacre others in a gruesome way, kidnapping people. The trauma alone, it can't continue this way anymore. That's what
and then for our viewers all over the world, these things that we're saying is not just on this show. Go online and Google,
Yes.
and you can see the horrific death, massacre of our people every day. And we don't want people, you will never see this on CNN, you will never see it on Fox News, but again, because it's another group of Black people that are dying. So we want our brothers and sisters that are into, because I see a lot of them mentioning our names, our country. Some of them have done their DNA. They know they are from Great Igbo Nation. They know from the Great Oduruba Nation. They know they are from Great Edo Nation, among other people, other nations. So they know who they are. We want you guys to help us with this Nigerian issue. We are not Nigerians. Nigerian is an enterprise from the colonial master. There is nothing called Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to the criminals called Fulanese. And as we are telling you, they are not only dishing this wickedness upon us, they are also dishing it upon their children. That's why you see us all over the place. Whenever you go, some of our people are still confused. They will go out and tell you, I'm a Nigerian. Ask them their name. From their name, you will know if they're from Yoruba or from Ido or from Ijo or from the Igbo. Ask them their names. You will never hear any Fulanese. Maybe if you had Harvard and Cornell and Columbia, where they dump our money to send their children to study, maybe you run into one of them there. So we want people that are done their DNA, have geared into their roots, that want to be part of what is going on, to now be aware. Because if you're willing to hear this information on CNN, it will never happen. They are keeping it on the down low. And then when you see, they will even call it headers and farmers clash. When people are being massacred, these people go to the homes in the middle of the night, kill off a whole village, and within 24 hours, replace it with foreigners from their land. So this has been ongoing. Nobody is reporting this. So help us to share, help us to like, because the more you inform that we are, the better. This is what the Westerners fear so much, for us to understand each other and start speaking the same language. They don't want us to know that we are the brothers and sisters. They don't want us to know that we are interconnected. They don't want us to know that we have the same ancestral roots. And we're saying today, this is the beginning of the knowledge. When you are in Jamaica and you're speaking eloquently on what's going on in that union of deaths, it will help a great deal. We don't want to be identified as Nigerians anymore, ever. So I'm going to play a video. These are our brothers and sisters under NINAS working tirelessly to ensure that we get a referendum, because through that referendum, we can decide what we want to do with our self-determination. As we are telling you, saying right now, or we're speaking right now, Nigeria has a constitution, 1999 constitution, that the Fulanese wrote, and their cohorts. They wrote this constitution to keep us under, with a 68 exclusive list that nobody can touch. And that's why instead of going forward, we're going backwards. Every time you turn around, you're hearing about they even have the audacity to call us the most populous nation in Africa, knowing that we are dying of hunger, knowing that we are the poorest nation in the whole world. Is it third? Is it third or second nation in the world, poorest nation? You need to
the poverty capital. Now they have they are on top.
Yeah, we managed to climb up.
Yes, we are number one now. We are capital. We are the poverty. Nigeria is the capital, because our money has devalued, has gone down. Even the people that their money got devalued, when they look at us, they say, oh, our own is even better than your own. That's how bad we have gone down. So this is the indigenous peoples, the indigenous peoples, the owners of the land. Somebody owns the land in Nigeria before the colonial masters came to take the money, the land from us. Our ancestors owned that land. So these are the children of the owners of the land, and the land belongs to us. Listen to them, because they're speaking in one voice. They have come together. Those that are saying unite, unite, we have actually united. That's what the meaning of alliance. We united, signed the necessary documents, because for you to unite and form alliance, there are documents to be signed. You have to discuss with somebody like, oh, what are we uniting for? What is the aim? These things, we did solemn assemblies. We did in Port Harcourt 2015, do solemn assembly for the people in the Lower Niger territory. We also in 2017, those in Yoruba section, Southwest, did their own solemn assembly at Ibadan. Then 2018, those in Middle Belt did their own solemn assembly at Makurdi. You have to sit down eyeball to eyeball and discuss with the people that we want to work together on this project. And that has happened. That is why you're seeing them coming to speak in the open. If there's no agreement underneath, you will not come in the open speaking in one voice. So that has happened. Please listen to our brothers.
The agitations for self-determination in Nigeria wears a new gear as the leader of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, on Tuesday declared that all lawful means would be used to ensure that the 2023 general election does not hold unless the Nigerian government agreed to hold a referendum for the aggrieved indigenous nationalities to decide whether they want a federation known as Nigeria. At a World Press Conference, NINAS called for a complete abolition of the current 1999 constitution, which was described as an agent of slavery and fraud which promotes injustice, underdevelopment and impunity in the South and Middle Belt of Nigeria. NINAS is of the view that after the proposed referendum, the people can now decide on the constitution they want for themselves in their separate nationals or within the Nigerian Federation.
And it's very important that our people understand what the problem is. Nigeria must sit again and negotiate how Nigerians will remain in Nigeria, or negotiate how they want to be in Nigeria. It's not strange. 4 years ago, people in the United Kingdom sat down. Scotland said, we don't want this Scotland and England again. They do referendum. The vote came, they lost. So Scotland remained in the United Kingdom. Russia used to be known as Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. They sat down in 1991 and broke into 16 countries. Nobody killed each other. So please, that is just what we are saying. If we want to remain, let's remain. If we want to live, let's live. But we cannot remain in a union by force that our parents and grandparents did not negotiate. You have to understand that.
NINAS is the umbrella body of self-determination group in the Southwest, South-South, Southeast and Middle Belt, with Lana Omo Odua under the leadership of a renowned historian, Professor Banji Akintoye, representing the Southwest and Yoruba land, Lower Niger Congress under the leadership of Barrister Tony Nadi, representing the South-South and Southeast and Middle Belt, Renaissance Movement under the leadership of Professor Yusuf Turaki, representing the Middle Belt.
The UK that put Nigeria together, you saw the Scotland that went to referendum. They are also preparing to go to another referendum. Why can't we take this matter to referendum? How many people are they going to arrest if a majority say they are no longer interested in the union because you refuse to discuss the terms of the union?
NINAS called on the people of South and Middle Belt of Nigeria living in the United States of America, Canada, and Europe to troop out to participate in the 1 million march being organized to hold in front of the United Nations General Assembly, commencing from September 14th to 24th, 2021 in New York, United States.
All right. Think I'm going to stop that there. Like we said earlier, these are the indigenous peoples doing the needful, understanding that we need to leave that cattle republic, a country where cattle is valued more than a human being. And they are proud to say it. Yeah, there's a video online that you can see our brothers and sisters all over the world. There's a video online where one of our legislators is saying how cow is valued more than human beings. And people are listening to that. In the House of Assembly, she did not mention this in her kitchen or her bedroom. They have done a number on us. They have literally embarrassed us all over the world. They have done things that you, watching it in your US mansion, will know that not even a dog should be living this way. And what do people do? They pretend like they don't know what is going on. They will tell you that Nigeria is a sovereign nation. They will tell you all of this when they know they can never live under that kind of condition. And we know what to do, and we're going to do it. Go ahead, sister.
Yes, my dear, we know what to do and we're going to do it. And we're already doing it. And that's what we're telling our people, trying to come here to educate us. You see, we're not coming here to shout for UN. No. We are coming here for you. Because when you understand what needs to be done, who is Fulani? And who are those that you will do the right thing? Now we ask this question. Some people will ask, who are indigenous peoples? When you say a people that are indigenous, what does that mean? Is it just to speak English? Is it okay for you to just take a cow and say, okay, indigenous cow? You say, that's my name. Is that what it means? There is a definition. There's a document that we'll have in our Facebook page to see how UN define indigenous people. You must be living on your ancestral land with a specific map, the territory mapped out. This is where we are. Ananagi, your father's land. This is it. And it will have original name that will fit the directory they have at UN. Because if anybody just wakes up and say, okay, that land over there is my own, there will be chaos in the whole world. There are up to 370 million indigenous peoples in this world. Mm-hmm. So it is important to UN that people should know their own space and stay there. Not going to take other people's land under whatever name or whatever. Oh, you are part of what I'm doing. Your name must be this. No, that is not the way. Dress back to your father's land. I was discussing with somebody and said, what is your father's land? What is your father's name? Who are you? What is your identity? What is your original identity? Onye Igbo. Onye Igbo. For those that don't understand Igbo, I'm saying, who are you? Whose child are you? Who is your father? Because when your father, if you know your father has a land. And that land is your heritage, is your inheritance. For instance, the Igbos have a place that they inherited from their fathers. They are indigenous to Southeast. So it's called indigenous people of Igbo land. The Ijaws are indigenous. The Urobos, the Ishekiris, the Tiv in Middle Belt, Yorubas in Southwest. All these are even if you go up north, you see a lot. But you know what? Fulanis are not indigenous.
Oh no.
They are non-indigenous. They are migratory. They migrate from place to place looking for who to kill and steal their land. So they are not indigenous to Nigeria. They were imported. You see, when you make this proper demarcation, it's easier for you to stand on your ground and say, this is my father's land and I defend it. Because it will have a territory. This thing is not ambiguous. It's not difficult to understand. But people that want to dupe you, deceive you in the name of freedom fighting, will tell you lies. Tell you there's one name that they registered. An online nation that they are building in the air. And you're dying.
Facebook is allowing them to build.
Yes, Facebook is allowing them to build a nation in the air. Where is the land of that nation? Now, because of the lands you're calling belong to some people, some other ethnic nationalities, they will fight you to last. So we do not want internal crisis after we are done with the non-indigenous Fulanis. The only group, the non-indigenous in that space are the Fulanis. That's why they're killing us.
Yes.
If they're indigenous, they will go to their father's land now.
Right?
They will be killing you to take your land. The only reason they're killing you is because they don't have a land. So they will kill you and bring their own land, their own people from somewhere to take over. Do you want to do that to your neighbors also? Do you want to wake up and say, my neighbor, I know you are a Joe, but I want you to answer this other name. I will kill you. I will kill you. If you don't want to answer this name, I will kill you. I will massacre you. You have become like the Fulanis that we are fighting. Please take this explanation to our brothers and sisters. We love you. We are here fighting for you. We are mothers. We give birth to children. We know now we started fighting for you. And we told you severally that we go to the moon, go to the sun, and come back just to make sure that you get what you deserve. But you see, as a mother, I remember when I was growing up, because we lived a little bit in the north, if I ever enter trouble with anybody in public, my mother will come out, instead of fighting for me, she just look and say, in Rwanda, that means it concern me. Because you know better not to enter into trouble. She will never support me on evil. She will ask me, what is it? She'll find and say, So we were brought up not looking for trouble. We know our rights. We know our boundary. We just enter inside our father's compound, close the gates. We are inside. Anybody, you won't see me looking for trouble outside because I know my boundaries. And that's what we're saying. By the time you leave your father's land, which is Igbo land, and start going to Ijo land to say it's part of whatever nation you're building, without sitting down with them to sign charter of relationship, you are looking for trouble. Anything Ijo man does to you in Aruana is your fault. And that's what we're telling us. We deserve better. You are the only one just delaying this thing because you just don't understand what is on your table. That we are ready to do the right thing. It's so easy where we are now. So there's definition of indigenous people. There's a criteria that makes you an indigenous people. You and your people, and you must follow that criteria. That's one of the things that NINAS have ensured. That's why we're not everywhere jumping up and down and doing the wrong thing. We are following UN declaration, UN documents. There's a document. If you go online, it's there. Ask, what makes me an indigenous? And that's why we're telling some of people that these people are criminals. Somebody somewhere came and registered one name and said it's indigenous. That name is not indigenous, according to this criteria of UN. And some of you know the name I'm talking about. I just don't want to mention it because it has become like opium of my people, like cocaine. They sniff it. When you call that name, my people can jump up. So I don't want them to get into trouble right now, because if I mention the name now, they will start writing comments here like people that are really crazy and start getting into some things that I don't understand. So that's why I'm keeping it cool. You know the name I'm talking about. That name you're calling is actually not indigenous. Although you attach indigenous to it, but it does not meet the criteria. But nobody is saying that you cannot answer the name later. If at the end of the day, you have done all the things, because we are going towards referendum, like Sister Mona said. If we have finished referendum, because every block will do their own referendum in their own days. In the referendum paper, that name will not be inside. It will not be inside because nobody has that name. Your own original name is what you will find there. Igbo will be inside. Ijo will be on the ballot paper. Urobo, Ishekiri, Tiv, these are ethnic nationalities, original ethnic nationalities. They will be there and you will vote as that person. And we say UN will supervise that referendum. We're not saying UN will conduct it for us. They will supervise it because it's our right. We are not begging. They do referendum all the time. Scotland, all those people, white people, are they different from us? We're all human beings. So that's why we're telling our people, please don't get carried out. Then there's a comment I want to read out from our brother Tony. It says, somebody asked a question and he was trying to answer. He said, only when we all go to sleep and leave the toxic caliphate Nigeria intact under the caliphate imposed 1999 constitution, with another round of national elections happening in 2023 to reinforce that master slave constitution. That is when the democracy, in quotes, that obtuse charlatan called Hakim Baba Ahmed, that's when that type of democracy is talking about, we come to talk. So that means we are the ones allowing those Fulanis to do whatever they're doing to us, because we are still
in the name of election.
Exactly, to be under the 1999 constitution that Fulanis wrote. The election that the Fulanis are the ones conducting. So we are the ones willingly yielding ourselves Mind you, we are talking about the national elections. So he said, unfortunately for the caliphate reprobates, the indigenous owners of the vast place of estates the world calls Nigeria are now decisively taking back their sovereignty and lands confiscated by Britain into the union of death called Nigeria. So we don't wake up. We are awake. My people say, okay, anarata akwonye mwanya. That means rat does not eat the cloth of somebody that is awake. They were able to do what they did to us for these years because we were sleeping. Sometimes I discuss with my sister Mona, we say, we didn't even know what was going on. Thank God for NINAS. By the time we saw them, we say it makes sense. And that's why we joined. Nobody, in fact, we didn't discuss 30 minutes before we knew that's the right thing because we already knew what needed to be done. It's just that we were like, how can it be done? By the time we met them, they have done all the things I needed to say. What are you saying? We are in. And that's why we're here, giving our time, giving our resources, giving our energy, educating our people, saying this is the pathway. Follow who know road, make you know fall for gutter. Please go ahead, my sister.
All right. So as we're speaking, our brothers and sisters working under NINAS are doing the needful. They're taking their time, like we said, traveling to New York, sitting out there for over a week to let this 76th section of UN General Assembly to understand that we are no longer interested in the union of death called Nigeria. We're no longer interested in the business as usual. We're no longer interested in helping British and Britain as well as their cohorts to run this enterprise that they've been running over 100 years. We are done. And neither do we want to come and fly in your land or fly to your land and clean your mother's bumble. We are not interested anymore with our PhD. We want to be able to develop our own nation, develop our own land, leave an inheritance for our children to be proud of.
Ramona, please, you said something now that just touched me. He said to go and clean their mother's bonbon. How? Do you know our brothers, in the name of whatever that work that a woman is giving us in foreign land, you will see an old man having to clean the bonbon of very old woman. Meanwhile, in our culture,
we are not allowed to see your mother's nakedness.
Such evil. But my brothers, we are subjected or are still being subjected to this atrocity because that's part of the work that you have. It's as if you're not training dogs. We have suffered enough. Please go ahead, Sister Mona. Go ahead with what you're saying. It's just that you mentioned something that touched me. I'm like, when I look at it, I shake my head. Yes.
Every part of this that is not right for our people is very bothersome. These are the things that keeps us up at night. These are the things that makes us do what we are doing, because there is no way we will watch, or at least under our watch, watch things that are not supposed to be in our communities. Watch our men cleaning toilets, watch our men with their PhD driving taxi when they can be in the lab developing something interesting for us to use. So the earlier we understand this, and this is what we're saying to share. If you don't get people to understand this information that we're giving, then we'll all be running in circles. So we do want to give kudos to our brothers and sisters that are out there making it known to the world. There's even a truck, I don't know if any of you saw that has the NINAS information on it. I'm like, that is so beautiful, you know, driving all over New York, so that if you haven't heard, because a lot of people have not heard what has, you know, what transpired in Nigeria, what is going on. They think we're all Nigerians working professional jobs. So I'm glad that NINAS is out there spreading the news. And this is tangible things that we can do to help our self-determination. There is no benefit to shouting on the radio, cussing people out, inciting violence when you haven't done anything tangible. Imagine if we drive that truck all over New York, and everyone that day knew there is some place called Nigeria, that these people that identify themselves as Nigeria, they are under distress. Imagine how much that will help us. And we're looking for tangible things. So I'm going to play the video of our brothers and sisters so we can see what went down in New York. something, your silence is killing us. Thank you for that. This video is also on our Facebook page if you want to watch it and share with others. Sister, go ahead. You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to reply one of comments. He was talking about because this rally, we also the the video making viral. I mean, that went viral of a Black American that collected money from the dubious Nigerian government, the Fulanis, Fulani government of Nigeria. So say they want Nigeria. Meanwhile, he's not even a Nigerian. And they interviewed him and he was like, I don't know. Anyone is there? I don't know. You don't know and you're supporting. Yes, because he's hungry. Look at him now. Look at that man. You know that he's a hungry man. And I was telling our brother that actually any hungry person or criminal, because he was trying to say, why are the Black Americans collecting the money? No, you can't put the fault of the one person on the whole race or the whole people. The Black Americans are our brothers and sisters. They are victims of what happened to us as a people. The way they moved them to America to enslave them is where they enslaved us in our land. It's the same enemy that did the same thing. So we're still trying to bridge the gap. That's why some of in our show today, we want to especially thank our brothers and sisters from Caribbeans and our brother, Sister Mona, maybe later you call his name and mention, so they're connected to us. They want to hear what is happening to us. They want to know what is happening to us because the white man for the longest time kept us apart. Left does not know what is happening to right, and right does not know what is happening to left. And because of this, they kept exploiting us. So we are trying to bridge that gap. Information is key. Information is power. So that will say, share this thing to us, share this thing to platforms. Even in your workplaces, share it so that they will hear what we're saying. Because we know that when our brothers and sisters hear and understand what is going on, it will be easier for them to work with us. And then also, another word for my brother that is trying to talk about Black Americans. What of the politicians in your land? Are they not selling you? What of some freedom fighters? Are they not collecting money and selling you? So you see, you cannot make that general statement that Black Americans are collecting money to sell you. He's one Black American man, one. So please, let's not make that up of general, because that's what the enemy wants us to do. By the time you say the Yorubas, the Igbos are doing this, it's more difficult for us to resolve our differences. And we'll be fighting amongst us. And when we fight amongst us, the enemy will gain ground more. So we don't want such misunderstandings anymore. We want to begin to understand ourselves. The only reason we are calling Fulani is because it's the fact. Fulanis as a group are non-indigenous in Nigeria. Now, if they came to Nigeria like the way we are in America here, we got our documents. I'm not here just for being sake. I'm working here because I went through the process. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. We follow the law. But no, you came to our land. Instead of to follow the law and stay in your corner, do whatever you want to do, you are killing my people and you will kill a whole village, wipe them off and bring another one and come inside. You would undermine our systems. Our political system is a mess. Even our religious system is a mess.
You don't have political system.
Oh, yes. Health system is a mess. Okay, recently they are building naval base in a desert. We have said that they built ports in Kaduna where there is no river, dry ports. When they close the ports that are near the river and sea and where, they close those ones and went to build a dry port where there is no water. As if that's not enough, they went and they are building naval base in the desert where there is no water. As if that's not enough, they are building mega, what did they call that? The transportation system, from Nigeria to Niger that has not, it doesn't have anything to do with us. Those people, there is nothing there, there's no business where we're dealing with them. We have not finished connecting Nigerians inside so that we can have easy movement of masses and people and goods and services. We have not done that. We are connecting to somewhere that has no solution for us, except that they only take it. So which one are you going to count? It's endless. So they're undermining Nigeria and they're undermining our economic system, undermining our political system, undermining our religious system, just to strangulate us and make sure that we all die. Chase all of us out. That's why everybody's out. Nigerians from the south are out while they are coming in inside.
And it's all intentional, so they can replace us with their people.
Part of the strategy. So you see, we can't keep quiet anymore. That's what we're saying. It's not okay to keep quiet anymore. We are here to make sure that what belongs to our people gets to them. Nobody will treat them like that anymore. Join us, please. But you have to be informed to join us. We don't want you to just join us making baseless arguments. We want you to be informed, because information is power. When you are informed and you are defending yourself and saying what they need to say, you see, anybody that hears will know that you are making sense. And you're not just talking or babbling. We want you to be well informed. So these are some of the posters at the rally. You can say, it say 1999 Constitution is a fraud. You see, the Constitution is the document upon which a nation is built. When you have the Constitution, from there you start having your laws and the instruction of how everything will be done. The National Assembly, how they will function. Police, how they will function. Military, how they will function. Everything is in that Constitution. But when you have not even made it, the Nigerian Constitution, the current Constitution that is called 1999 Constitution, we the people did not make it. The Fulanese made it with our colonial masters. And that is why the only thing that can come out of this book of Lucifer is injustice, retrogression, backwardness, criminality, corruption. Any evil you mention is coming from here. And we have done a program that we said some people are trying to mop water where the tap is open, pouring on the floor. We said the first thing you need to do as a sensible person is to stop the tap. The tap that evil is flowing from. And we told you that this 1999 Constitution is that tap. The first thing you need to do is to bring it down. Close the tap that is bringing out the evil water. Then we begin to talk. So some other thing I can say it's okay. NINAS, constitutional force majeure. So we have already gone to do constitutional force majeure because we say that constitution is a social contract. If it does not fit what you said, that this is what you're supposed to do, like say you set up a business and you have a term of agreement, and then something changes and the people are not following the term that you have for that business, you have the right to pull out of that business or that relationship. It is your right. You don't need to beg the other person that is maltreating you. It's just like marriage. If you entered in marriage and two of you agree that we're going to wed, we're going to marry, this is what we're going to do, we treat me fair, you treat me fair, and then you enter there, every day your blood pressure is going to 200. Every day they're rushing you to accident and emergency. They're rushing you to OR because you have palpitation, everything is on you. Your villagers and your family members that love you will say, my sister or my brother, come. Are you sure you will not end this relationship? What are you still doing? You want to die? So it's common sense. So, and that is what that constitutional force majeure does. I heard one quack lawyer, one quack lawyer. I told you there are lawyers and there are lawyers. Some did their own in the middle of night with empanaka, that type of light that you have to be putting like. So sometimes they won't read very all the lines, they will read and jump. They didn't get all the memo. So he was saying that constitutional force majeure is only when there's earthquake, when there is a natural disaster. If you saw how he was even using his suit and tie and speaking the English. So I said the massacre of our people is not disaster yet, right? That they are killing our people and plucking out their eyes. It is not enough to cancel whatever agreement you have with them. It's not bad enough yet. So, and we are saying, like you see in that one that has yellow light, yellow color, that's the Sharia territory of Nigeria. The down part, the white place, you see, that's Middle Belt, that's the Alliance territory, that's the New South. We set out to build a union, and it was supposed to be a secular union. That's the agreement. When we brought, first, it was supposed to be a federation. In a federation, every block will come together. And that time, 5 constitutions came together and to work together and form a federation. Then somebody made a very bad move and turned the federation into a unitary government, confiscating all our resources and doing all the evil. Apart from that, they went and turned this upper part into Sharia. It is no more the secular nation that we wanted to build. Even just these 2 things has made that contract null and void. Because you are no more following the agreement that we had, that we said this is what to use to build a nation. Are you now waiting for somebody to say, tell you that you need self-determination? So, and we're not even quarreling with them. We said, for you introducing Sharia in that part, it shows that you have a self-determination. You have left Nigeria that want to. Go ahead and live by yourself and leave us alone now. It's not a problem. That's why we say, hashtag end 1999 constitution. Hashtag political parties close shop. Because the political parties are the ones hobnobbing with the Fulani elites. They belong to the same club. They're the ones that will go to Buhari's son's wedding. They're the ones that will do all the things they want to do together, because they are working together in defrauding us, in stealing from us and killing our people. And we are telling them that this one Nigeria that we wanted to build, that the Fulanis have hijacked it. And you don't need anybody. You just Google, you will see all this information we're giving. They're not hidden. They hijacked it. And we're saying, as a result of that, we are no more going to be part of Nigeria that is being run by 1999 constitution. And then in December 2020, December 16, 2020, we did what we call constitutional force majeure. It's a proclamation. The peoples came together and said, we are no longer going to accept this type of union. So the people have the power. It's the people that give the government power. Democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people. It's not government of the elites or government of the criminals or government of Fulanis upon the people. We are the people. And this is what we want our people to understand. That for us to gain our freedom, we need to end this book of Lucifer, this 1999 constitution. They did it in Chile. Chile just did their own. Algeria just did their own. Chile had military document also that was, they found out that this thing is not working for them. They did it in South Africa. The apartheid in South Africa was because of the apartheid constitution, and they brought it down and went into transition. That's what we're asking. And this is doable, and we can do it. We don't need anybody. The only reason you see us rallying in UN is part of our mobilization, because as part of the due process, we have to inform the partners, the stakeholders, both internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. We have done all the meetings within ourselves, because it's part of the criteria that UN said you must agree within yourself. We have done that. That's why we have this alliance. But we needed to inform our international stakeholders. That is why we had to do that. And that is 5% of the work that needed to be done. So when you see us at the UN, we are not helpless and begging them. We are just informing them that this is what we are doing and this is what we're going to do. And this is where it's going. So if you want to be borrowing money to Nigeria, you are doing it at your own risk. If you want to be given admission, or you're for you. So any type of bad business you want to do with this Fulani government, it is at your own risk. Because we, the people, we have a different intention. We are going somewhere else. We are moving out of that. Because we own the resources, for crying out loud. The resources are in our land. If we say that you, a foreign government, that you cannot have access to our resources again, all it will take is for us to come together and agree. And we have done that already. So don't think that we are at your mercy, begging you. The earlier you begin to understand that we have emerging federations, the better for you. Begin to advise your diplomats, and that's part of what we did, giving information to diplomats, foreign diplomats in our land, to start advising their governments in a better way, because they should prepare themselves for the new arrangement that is coming out from Nigeria. They will need to build embassies in some places. my people, the Southeast people, will travel a lot. We are supposed to have American embassy in our block. So, and it was like that before they took this one unitary Nigeria, we had representatives, we had ambassadors outside. And that's why our people were not being killed. Right now, they can kill our people in any foreign country, and nobody will speak for them because there's nobody representing them.
Nobody.
They have the Fulanis in the admin office. So nobody will speak for my people, and we are not taking this anymore. Go ahead, please, Sister Mona.
Right, sister. Anyway, thank you for that. We are almost done. So if you want to call in, that would be nice. If you want to call in with your contribution, calling number is on our page. I mean, on this platform is +1 774 338 0942. For our brothers and sisters listening to us in the island, you can call the number that you normally call, or call this number as well. We're willing to take questions and provide clarity in area that we're still confused about. All we are trying to do here is for you guys to have the right information, because for years we allowed the fake news. That's one thing I know President Trump did better for us. I was stuck on CNN watching news, watching Fox News, until he called this thing fake news, and I started looking at them with one eye, and I realized they are fake indeed. So they only pass down the narratives that they want you to hear, and they are always one-sided. You can barely run into shows or network that will do the right thing, or project the right information. So it's up to us now to make sure, thank God for other media avenues, that are people, especially those that are truly interested in getting the right information, that they get this right information. So it's time for phone calls. If not, we'll call it a day. We've been on for almost an hour, 30 minutes. The phone number to call, you can call this number as a WhatsApp or a phone number. It's +1 774 338 0942. I'm getting some text from people, so I'm trying to reply and pay attention at the same time. So it's actually difficult to do that. It's better you call. And if you want to come on, we can post the link as well, so you can come on. Some of the take-home points for us today, at least, is to understand that, Fulanis are not indigenous to Nigeria. That's why, like Sister Ikwi rightfully said, they will kill people off and immediately replace them. And we want the world to know that we are not Nigerians, even though we've been calling ourselves that for the purpose of British enterprise. That's what we identified as with a green passport. So we want to be known as the Great Igbo Nation, which is how I identify myself at what they were like, what is that? And I explained it to them. I'm from the Great Igbo Nation. Wherever you find yourself, the Great Oduduwa Nation, the Great Ishekine, wherever you are, begin to identify yourself as such. We have no business going around and promoting Nigeria for Nigeria. You've already seen what they did. Just one demonstration, they've already paid hungry Brooklyns to come out on in the front of the UN to embarrass themselves as usual. What haven't they done? What kind of people are these? How can you be part of the group holding your people down, all because of what you can put in your stomach? And then when you die, what happens after that? We want to remember you as the Idi Amin of our time. You want to be remembered as the Hitler of our time, all in the name of money. Like one guy said, the money they are taking is not even they're taking it to eat. They say they're even taking the ones that they don't need, just to strangulate our people. They are hiding money that they don't even need, just to suffer our people. So we're looking for we're looking for informed masses that do understand what it takes. We mentioned earlier the Constitution, how the constituents makes the Constitution, and where we come from, the constituents did not make the Constitution. Rather, is the Fulanis in their hotel room with their girlfriends that came up with that 1999 military decree, in addition to their 68 exclusive lists that made it impossible for us to develop our land. God forbid if you have an accident there, when you're dead, you will be seeing your forefathers. And then those that are doing sitting at home and causing our people to die, no medical provision is made, and they're playing with the lives of our people because they have access to microphone. We are asking for our people to receive sense, because any day any day that we understand what we need to do, we will end all this madness that quick. We're still struggling with the information. Any day we understand how much power we possess, we will end all of this. So help us to share, help us to like, help us to subscribe. You know, some of these platforms that we're using is so funny. They will tell you that 20 people liked you, and then when you go to see the like, they have minus 20. I've been taking pictures. They will minus 20 people. It's okay. We're not looking at the numbers anymore. We just want our people to understand what we're trying to do here, to share this NINAS information. We can see, actually, yeah, the NINAS website, the www.ninasffn.org. That's a good website to go to. There's the lowernigercongress.org. That's a good website to go to, so that we can get more information on what we need to do. Okay, so somebody tried to call and it dropped. So if you would like to call, that's the number, +1 774 338 0942. If not, we'll be calling it a day soon. Sister, we'll have something to add. And I can't reply to text. It's hard for me to pay attention and reply to text.
Yeah, some of them that are sending text that want to talk, we'll talk to you later. We'll check the text after the show, and then if need be, get in touch with you. So if because there's a brother that's saying that there's something he wants to say, we're always open to meet with our brothers, because you know what? Okay, is that a call coming in?
Yeah, have a call. Okay, caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning and good afternoon.
Good morning, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you?
We are well, thanks.
Yeah, my name is Louis.
Yeah, can you turn on your listening device? It's making noise.
Pardon?
Can you turn off the listening device you were using? We can still hear it in the background.
Okay, it's okay now.
It's okay now, yes, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. And my name is Louis. I'm a regular follower of your Saturday program.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Lee.
Amy?
Lee, N-I-Y.
Oh, okay.
But I enjoy your program as all of it.
Can you check the volume to turn it on?
You can, okay, you can hear. Hold on.
Okay. I just wanted to know, the update on the referendum request by NINAS to the UN. That they acknowledged it. Is somebody giving it a look, and what is the calendar going to be like? What thing is going to happen? I think it's important so much for us to have this information so that we know how to engage the people that we need to educate their minds.
It was hard. I heard he mentioned referendum, and I'm not too sure the other things was trying to say, but I'll try and maybe say something. Maybe that's what he was saying, because we couldn't hear it very well. So NINAS
strategy, is that what did you hear him ask for NINAS strategy?
Yeah, something.
Yes, I know. I know that NINAS have been engaging the protest. I was actually part of the protest in New York. I flew there. I was part of it, and and the question now is now we protested, we rallied, we made concerns known to the rest of the world. We're beating. So I mean, are we gaining traction? If you are getting traction, it's somebody having a look at our letters at the UN and what they're asking them to do in terms of conducting and supervising a referendum in Nigeria. Okay, if that's the case, when is it going to happen? I know these things don't just happen, quickly as we wanted them to happen. But is there any calendar we are working with in this regard? I know NINAS has done so much over the years. I've followed the story of NINAS, and I'm actually in sync with the strategy. Okay, but we need to actually know, what.
Absolutely, there is a calendar. There's nothing you will do. We don't have a calendar. We have timelines in everything that is being done. But you need to understand the process. Do you understand? What is the process so that you will follow? Because when you understand the process, some questions you might not even need to ask them because you know the answer to it. Now, there are strategies that like we broke down the things that needed to be done into percentages. Bringing down the constitution is 75%, and there are processes with that, and it's ongoing. Mobilization, which you saw at UN, that thing is just part of mobilization, which is 5%. And I don't know if you're watching when I explained it, that part of the process is that you must inform the people. You saw when after the constitutional force majeure, we gave notice to the federal government, 90 days. We gave notice to elected officials. We gave notice to diplomats. We gave notice to the public. Now the international scene needed to be notified about our intentions and the things that needed to be done. All this is still 5%. Then you have another 5%, which is intra-regional alliance, intra-regional alliance and inter-regional alliances. Those are still ongoing because they have an end. Then we have transition, which is 5% again, because we said we are not anarchists. We want it to be done the way it was done in South Africa, where you move from one point to the other point. And for that transition, you have to put the mandates. The members of the transition, the transitional government will have to be nominated. The mandates, you give them mandate what they need to achieve. That mandate, part of it is conducting that referendum, access and liability division. All these arrangements have to be inside the mandate for the transitional government. So you have time frame for them. They don't have end of the world to do it. This is a 16 step. These things are detailed. If you check this, for those who have not seen this, these are 16 blocks. Each block has events that need to take place for the thing to be done. And we are now at, there are 16 of them. We are on 14, 15 combined. If you look at that 14, 15, you see constitutional force majeure is part of it. It's already done. Then these are the things that need to be done. So in the block, the Lower Niger block is heterogeneous. What do you mean that is heterogeneous? It's multicultural, multi-regional, multicultural, multilingual. As a result, we will need a pattern of relationship before we even go to the referendum. And that charter of relationship, as we speak, is ongoing. The same thing with Middle Belt. They also need charter of relationship because anybody that has an idea about Middle Belt will know that they're also multi-ethnic. So they will need charter of relationship, and that is ongoing. Now, in Yoruba land, they are monogenous. That means they speak one language, basically, and their culture is basically the same. As a result, they will not need charter of relationship. That's why you see as if they're progressing more than the rest of the other blocks. They are going straight to constitution making for their own. I don't know if you're following. So these steps need to be taken. Hold on, my brother. These steps need to be taken. So if you understand this, because say you have been following us, if you have been following us, and you understand these steps,
I think just to save time and also allow other people to call, I think I have carried on that part. In terms of the type of relationship, it has to be done, among the heterogeneous people. Okay. I think I got that. I think what I would like you to do is if you can WhatsApp this slide you showed previously to me, I would really appreciate it.
Okay.
So I can follow it and understand it better.
Yeah, that 16 boxes or box is in the Lower Niger Facebook. but I can forward it to you since I have your phone number. I was trying to put
It's
them
on the
up. Yeah, so
website.
this information, that's why we're not doing freedom in our mother's kitchen or in the backyard. Everything is on that website, either ninasffn.org. You can find it in Lower Niger. It's on their Facebook. It's on regular website. All these informations are there. And it kind of like goes back to what my sister was saying earlier, that if we understand this process, then you will see that we are going point by point in terms of things that we need to do to get to our final destination. So, right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. I don't know why the phone was so muffling in my ear. I can barely hear.
Yeah, I was battling to hear, but
All right.
We said one or two things.
So I've kind of like pulled this thing up right now. For those of us that are new on this platform, it says what we stand for. The NINAS movement insists that the constitutional force majeure stand, which Sister Ekwe mentioned, took place in December of 2020, because Nigeria now is a disputed project, that the NINAS territory, the Southern and the Middle Belt, will never again accept the contents of the illegitimate and imposed military decree called 1999 Constitution, that there will be no general election 2023 in NINAS territory under that 1993 Constitution. And then there must be an arrangement for transitional government, that ethnic nations must have regional referendums during a time-bound transitional government to vote for either to recommit to the union or have something else. So these are the things that we've been shouting on this platform over and over again. Every time we get a chance, we try to, put them in a sunset manner so that you can just take a look and kind of like glance and see where we are. But on the Lower Niger Congress, I'm going to see how I can copy the link. I'll put it on the comment section. That's a place Brother Tony posts on that page every day. That's a place to be on top of the information that we are sharing here on our platform.
Yeah, so I'm going to thank you because you mentioned that regional referendums. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes when people hear referendum, they think it's the referendum that Fulanese INEC will conduct for you. No. We have told you that Fulanese are not indigenous. what problem do you have? So it's just like something that is not part of our discussion. It's going to be regional referendums. And we, the people, we organize it by ourselves. And that's what we come here to do, enlightenment, teaching our people. And send text, like you said, we will reply, we will explain. There's also another website, a newest website, is NINAS Voice, ninasvoice.org. There's also Lower Niger Congress.org. That's for the block, because we told you that there are 3 blocks in the new southern Nigeria, because there is a new southern Nigeria. If you look behind me, that yellow part is the northern part, is the Sharia section. The entire white is the new southern Nigeria. And we have come together. Now, can you see the majority? We are the majority. We are the ones to say we don't want the 1999 constitution, because these other people have even set it aside. They are using Sharia law for their own. We are the ones to say that the 2023 general elections will not take place in our land. The land belongs to us. We are not begging them to agree. We are telling them it will not. You saw the audacity in the other video we showed you about that Fulani son. This is a foreigner, a migrant that has no land in Nigeria. You didn't hear the audacity he was using to say, we will continue to govern Nigeria the way we have been governing it. Please tell him to wake up. Because we, the owners of the land, have woken up. And we have said, you can't continue to do what you're doing, Mr. Man. You can't do that anymore. So go tell that man, go tell the foxes that the owners of the land have arisen. And we will do the needful. It's no more business as usual. We don't care what they're trying to do with the fake politicians that they kept in our land. My people, also Agoma. Gradually, my people, our children are getting the message. Very soon, some people will have to leave our land by themselves. Is it that you agree with what the people want, or you go somewhere else. It's coming. We are going there. So it's gradually. This submarine is coming. It's information. That's all it will take. Informing our people so you know who your real enemy is. Because you know what? The Fulanis are not even our problems. Our real enemies are the Judas goats in our land. The so-called politicians, the so-called religious leaders, the so-called traditional leaders that are conniving with the Fulanis to sell us. They are actually our real enemies. And if they don't repent, I got a new memo. He said that the deformed, non-functional hands will be cut off. You see, you are in a position to help my people. But rather than be a forearm that my people can use to move forward, you have allowed yourself to be deformed. As a result, you're non-functional. And what are we going to do to deform non-functional hand? Your answer, your guess is right. So you made yourself non-functional. And if you're non-functional to my people, to the progress of my people, very soon you will receive what you should receive. And that thing, you're going to do it by yourself. You will leave our land. You will run and leave our land by yourself. Because what you're doing is evil. You are so evil. And every evil man and every evil woman in our land selling us cheap to the Fulanis. We need to leave our land and go and join the Fulanis because we will not take that anymore. Close shops. Every political party, close shop. We will begin politicking after we have settled the owner of the land. Our land is in dispute. The enemies are coming to take the land. We want to resolve that issue first before we go into having an election with a foreign terrorist. We need it to be resolved first. You are advised. There's a way the lawyers say, they say, we persuade you. We persuade you to close shop. We are not forcing you with, we are persuading you. Yes. That persuasion, it means anything to different people. Remember, we still have some people that are unknown. We don't know what they can do. Their actions are also unknown, just as they are unknown. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we go, our sister Ndoka Nabo, she said the 1999 Constitution is a fundamental of everything wrong with Nigeria and Nigerians. The only legal process to correct that fundamental problem is what NINAS/LNC are doing. Yes, it's strategic with many steps. The NINAS/LNC have been working on steps and now at the final phase. Let's support NINAS/LNC. And we're saying it's a no-brainer. You don't have to fake it on the on your Facebook account. You don't have to report accounts that didn't do anything to you because they're speaking the truth. We're saying that we have to do what really works for our people, only because we can no longer stay in this status that we find ourselves in. As we are speaking, we have so many brothers and sisters locked up somewhere, and the Fulani terrorist government is not looking for them. Nobody is speaking for them. They are somewhere languishing in hell. So we have every urgency to complete this project ASAP. We have every urgency to do so. So if you find yourself as one of the good men and women of goodwill that understand what it takes, we are asking again for donation. Freedom is not free. There are few men and women doing this on their own, using their resources, their time, their effort, getting all these things done. We have also asked you that even if you don't have all of these things, using the 3 T's, the time, the talent, and the treasure, give us one of them. Give us one of them, either the time to go and spread this news so that everyone will understand, or you can use your talent to use, like our brother Sydney, this guy is out of this world, to use it to get us where we're going. Or then if you don't have it, it's okay. So you have the third option, which is called your treasure, meaning your money. It's an easy access with a PayPal account. You can give us $1, 50 cents, whatever it is that you can afford. We need all that we can, because the Nigerian government do have access to the oil money. And you can see they put it to use this week by paying the bronze people. New York is called bronze, right? Called Brooklyn. one of them. They use it to pay them this week to come and make mess of the so-called contraction called Nigeria. So they do have access $500. So we need donation. We need donation. And for those of you texting, we will reply. It's difficult to try to concentrate and reply to text. And don't hesitate to call that number that we have posted earlier. That's a number you can reach us. You can reach us as a phone number. You can call or you can text, and then we do all we can to answer all our text message and our phone calls. So thank you, sisters and brothers, for joining us this week. We'll be seeing you guys back next week. So stay safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.